Holy crap. What in the world did I just watch? Sporting KC 6, Vancouver Whitecaps nothing. And Vancouver Whitecaps finished this game down to 9 men. And Sporting KC with 6 goals in this game. And by the way, if you guys have already not known, I am actually doing a match review of this match. And I usually never do a match review of a single match unless my Quakes team is playing. But because of the fact that I upload my match preview for match week number 8 late, and by the time it got finished, this game was already into like the 35th minute. The drama was already kicking in this game by the time I upload it. So because of that, I decided to do a review of this, and I want to talk about the drama because there was a lot of headlines in this game. So much that I think if I would have done it in my match review, that I'm going to go over all 11 games, it's just going to take way too long. But like I said, Sporting KC 6-0 against a 9-man Whitecaps team. Johnny Russell with a hat trick in this game. I mean, this was just truly a Johnny Russell show in the first half with the way that he is scoring. And right now, Johnny Russell, the confidence of that player is just through the roof. Like, the way that he's been scoring goals in these last couple of games, it has looked very easy for them. And certainly, when you look at Sporting KC right now, how much everybody must be very jealous in terms of the signings that they have made doing this season. Because another signing that they made doing this offseason, Johan Crozet, actually got on the board in this game too. And, you know, the other thing that I will also say about Sporting KC this offseason, and probably this might be one of the best offseason they have ever had, is that you got a guy like Johnny Russell that is just tearing the league apart right now. And also the fact that you have Felipe Gutierrez finishing those shots. I mean, this Sporting KC team, you know, I know that in this game they were kind of like playing against a Whitecaps team that is just, it got completely destroyed in this game. And this was even before that big scuffle that had happened around the 35th minute, which I will talk about that incident. I mean, this Whitecaps team got completely destroyed from minute 1. And not only the fact that their plan A didn't work, but even bring plan B, C, or even all the way to Z, it will not stop the Whitecaps from losing this one by this badly. It was just total domination by Sporting KC. And I don't think throughout the season, I don't recall a match where there has been just that much of a total domination that Sporting KC had from minute 1 all the way to minute 90. But yeah, let's actually talk about this game. Like I said, Johnny Russell got his show started in the 10th minute with a lovely strike, and then he scored another one in the 16th minute. And, you know, the Whitecaps, believe it or not, as crazy as this might be sound, they could have been up 1-0 in this game. Jordi Reyna, who I think he came back from injury in this game, had a very good chance, literally I think around the 6th minute in the game. He was one-on-one with the keeper, he was one-on-one with Tim Melia, and I have honestly no clue how Melia saved that one. I mean, when Reyna basically tried to go across Melia there, I thought for sure that's a goal. Vancouver is going to be up 1-0. But somehow Melia saved that one, and I think that probably might be the turning point of this game. I mean, I know that some people will say, well, Sporting KC would have probably still scored a couple of goals and win this game. But imagine if Jordi Reyna put that chance away. The Whitecaps would be up 1-0, and, you know, this might be a different game. This might really be a game that probably we will not see these two players getting sent off, and we will never see that kind of scuffle going on. And certainly Sporting KC wouldn't drop 6 on them, but he missed that chances. And like I said, Russell took his chances. Really, Sporting KC, you know, they were basically the more clinical side in the first 20 minutes. I mean, both team had like, I know Vancouver had that Rainier chance, but Sporting KC also had like two chances from Johnny Russell, and he basically just buried that. So they were deserved with a 2-0 lead, and then Madrona scored the third goal, and that is already a early candidate for goal of the week, and it might win goal of the week. That Jimmy Madrona just scored that one. I mean, that goal that he scored, and really that goal kind of reminds me of that goal that Chivas Guadalajara player scored against TFC on that CCL final, where it was right around that left side of the 18-yard box, and he basically just like what Madrona did, he basically just fired that one over Bono's head, and in this case it looks like it's the same thing with Jimmy Madrona, basically just fire one over the head of Minevic, and yeah, I mean, that was an incredible kind of goal, and at that point it was 3-0, and really at that point I thought the game was over. There was just no way in the world the Whitecaps would come back to it, because the Whitecaps is not a team that is known for comebacks. They're a team that's known for counter-attacking, and if they get down by that amount of margin, I knew it would have been easily over. And I'm pretty sure that a lot of Whitecaps fans would have probably turned off their TV when that scuffle obviously happened with these two players got sent off. And let's actually talk about this scuffle, because this is probably the biggest headline besides the 6-0 kind of blowout that Sporting KC put on the Whitecaps. So basically what happened in this incident was that Kendall Watson basically made a very bad challenge on Roger Espinoza. I think he kind of caught him in the ankle from behind, and basically Roger Espinoza basically went down, and Kendall Watson was not happy about that, because he was not happy that Roger Espinoza just kind of went down way too easily. And I only took a look at that challenge that Watson did to Espinoza, I think 2 times or 3 times in this game, and it kind of does feel like Roger Espinoza kind of exaggerate a little bit. And Espinoza is always known for a guy that tends to always do that. He has a reputation of just kind of over exaggerate kind of stuff. He's kind of one of the most dirtiest player in this league, and obviously Watson was angry because of that, and he's probably angry because his team was down 3-0. I mean, the Whitecaps, they were just incredibly frustrated at that point. And then what happened next was that Johnny Russell, who was actually still playing in that left wing position, he basically sprint 50 yards across the other side of the pitch, and he basically just immediately get into the face of Kendall Watson and basically trying to protect Roger Espinoza for that and pretty much defend his teammate. And that's where it started, that scuffle. And I think it was Rainier that kicked out Russell there. He basically shoved him off to the ground. And then once Russell get back on, it was Huertas actually used both of his hand in the face, push hit. Well, he basically grabbed the face of Johnny Russell and basically just pushed him aside. And, obviously, rightfully so, he got sent off of that, because anytime you get your hand on an opponent's face, and it doesn't matter if it's like just accidental or just, at this case, just kind of like a scuffle, you're always going to get sent off for that. That was always going to be a red card, and it's a good thing that the referee also used VAR to look at that. And the VAR did take a couple of minutes to do that, but I have no problem with the fact that it took a couple of minutes, because this was an ugly scuffle. This lasted almost 2.5 minutes. It was a long kind of scuffle, and there was pretty much everybody was involved in this incident, and the referee did take time to see who exactly will get sent off in this game. And really, that scuffle alone, there probably would have been 4 or 5 players got sent off in that incident, but in the end, Huertas and also Rainier got sent off from that incident. The Reyna one is a little bit kind of, I would say that maybe the Whitecaps might appeal the one from Jordi Reyna, because I feel like the kick out that he had on Johnny Russell, I don't think he really kind of like just used excessive force and just kind of like completely shove him on the ground, and that probably would have been right near the borderline of being a red card and a yellow card. And I know that a lot of Whitecaps fans were not happy that that was a sending off, but you know, this one, no doubt about it, you know, like I said, every time you get to an opponent face, that's instant red card. And then I know that some Whitecaps fan also said that Johnny Russell should have got a red card in this game because he kind of instigated this incident and start out this incident. But I kind of do agree the fact that he only gets a yellow for this, because, you know, he had to protect his teammates at that incident. Like, he has to protect. He saw that incident, and he obviously were not happy that the guy that committed the foul was angry at the person or the victim of the foul because he just gone down way too softly. And you know, if I were at that moment, I would have done the same thing. I definitely would not let my teammate just do like that. And you know, he kind of instigated that incident, and the Whitecaps just completely took the bait on that. I mean, and it was not surprised that they completely took the bait, because when you're down 3-0, the frustration level must be just through the roof in that Whitecaps team. And you know, I'm not trying to promote anything to say that, you know, when you're 3-0 down, you should just start a scuffle and stuff like that, but it just felt like the composure level of the Whitecaps player was next to nothing in that point, and basically that's when the all-out scuffle kind of happened. But I really think that wasn't a red card from Johnny Russell, because, you know, in some way you could also kind of say that that was kind of his tactics. Maybe he can get a couple of the players sending off, but at the same time he had to protect his player. I mean, the way that, you know, anybody out there, and even if you're not a professional soccer player, if you see somebody getting offended after they committed the foul, that's just disgusting. That is just a very criminal kind of act, and you know, you obviously have to do anything and anything to try to protect your teammate. And you know, certainly it was I do agree, and certainly it was a kind of a class act by Johnny Russell. And certainly Russell must be, after that incident, he must be, Sporting KC fan might as well just start building a statue in front of Childern Mercy Park because of that incident, because that was just pretty amazing of what he done. But you know, overall, that was pretty much the big story of this. Eventually, Sporting KC put on 3 more in the second half. They actually also saved Vancouver saved the penalty in this one. This could have been easily been 7-0, but you know, Sporting KC put 3 more in the second half to make it 6-0. And yeah, I mean, this was a pure embarrassment for the Whitecaps. And you know, the Whitecaps, these last couple of games, it's been really bad. Like, the Whitecaps are really dissipating in these last couple of games. And I said in the preview that I just thought that this team, you know, this is just such a one-dimensional team, the Whitecaps is. All their plan that they have, and all the plan that Carl Robinson had with this team, is that just hopefully we can counter-attacking team with just our incredible pace that we got in the wing area on the attack, and maybe score a goal. And at times it has worked during this season, but it feels like that teams were just going to eventually figure out this season. And in this game, Sporting KC didn't even need to figure them out. Sporting KC basically just exploit the gaps that Vancouver was leaving. I mean, the gap that Vancouver was leaving in this game was just, it was criminal, okay? I don't know what was Carl Robinson tactics and what was he even thinking of trying to do that. I think he was trying to go with an experimental 3 at the back system, but oh my goodness, it backfired big time in this game, and it might be even played straight into the hands of Sporting KC. I mean, that was just like, why would you even try to do that experimental kind of formation and trying to play free at the back at the Sporting KC team that is just absolutely furious on the attack, and they are very good at pressing. It was a suicidal tactics, and Carl Robinson find that out pretty much in this game, and it's no wonder why Whitecaps fans are already putting the Robinson out hashtag on pretty much on the Twitter page and pretty much on every single social media network, because it's pretty clear that they just had enough of him. And you know, we're gonna see how the Whitecaps, of course, go for this, but for Sporting KC, you know, tell you what, the ceiling is just on the limit, on the unlimited right now. I mean, this team is just so good right now. They're just absolutely running away with the Western Conference, and it's pretty clear that they're probably going to win the Western Conference this year, considering the fact that there's just so many other teams in the Western Conference right now that are just kind of struggling and having some problems. I've been saying that I feel like this Sporting KC team is the only team in the Western Conference that I don't really think that there is any kind of problems and any kind of weakness that they have. Every single Western Conference team has a weakness right now, except for this Sporting KC team, because they look so much better going for on the attack this season, and a combination with their defense that, you know, it did get off to a rough start in the beginning, but it has kind of improved over the time. This is going to be a very dangerous team heading forward, and it's going to be interesting to see what exactly they're going to do in the playoffs to when that time has arrived. But yeah, let me know in the comments below, what do you think of this game? Are you absolutely shocked the fact that Sporting KC just completely blew apart Vancouver in this game? And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do, make sure you guys leave a like, smash that subscribe button, and I will see you guys next time.